What's up, guys? Silence 3D Juggalo here today to bring you the Far Harbor DLC for Fallout 4. It's the third expansion for Fallout 4 so far, and I'm wanting to bring you my gameplay and my review for this DLC. And I'm sorry I haven't been making any videos in the past few days. I've been, kind of busy with other things, but I was wanting to bring you this, and hopefully I might bring you another video later on today, this afternoon, if I'm lucky enough to, get some more gameplay for you guys. But let's see. I just wanted to start off with I'm not going to be spoiling any of the main story, and there's nothing you guys have to worry about me spoiling anything for you guys. It's just all this is going to be is showing y'all the gameplay, and armor and stuff like that, and the just Far Harbor basically. But I started working with the workshop mode and seeing how everything was in it, and noticed that they added a whole bunch of new stuff. Like, you can build barns now. You can create your own barns with walls and the roofs, and they got barn doors, and you can even create your own outhouse, which I thought was pretty awesome. Because they got the floors of the outhouse, they got the doors, the walls, and everything else to it. And then they added fish racks and new lights that you can hang up and stuff. And they've added a pretty good amount of stuff, and it just makes the Wasteland Workshop DLC that much better, because you got so much more to build with and get creative with. And here's the outhouse stuff right here. I thought that was pretty cool, because there's an outhouse right next to me, right over there. And this settlement right here is actually old Longfellow's house. And once you don't really get far into the story until you get the new companion for this DLC. And I also wanted to bring up one other note, that the lag, whenever I started playing, the lag, it got worse, because you would just be walking through Far Harbor and everything would start lagging, and it's kind of hard to shoot anything because the lag is it's horrible. And I hope that whenever they come out with a patch for this DLC, that it will fix the lag in it. And I'm sorry if y'all can hear my cats in the background. I got 4 kittens, and if my dog starts barking, I apologize for that too. But back to what I was saying about the lagging. That's one of really the only things that I don't like about this DLC is the lag. And the armor that they have in this DLC is it's pretty good. It's better than the vanilla game's armor, and I really wish that they, if not put the Far Harbor DLC, made it the first DLC that you get, but to put some of this armor inside of the vanilla game. That way you can, because most of this armor is stronger than the original armor in the the vanilla version of the game. And once you complete the game like I have, and done majority of all the missions, except for whenever Preston Garvey wants to keep on giving you settlement missions and stuff like that, and then the Mila missions for Tinker Tom, you really have nothing to do, and it's just annoying that you get some of the best armor after you complete everything in the game and you have nothing else to do. And I just shown you one of the new weapons in the game. It's the harpoon gun, and it's a pretty good gun, all but the fact that it reloads really slow, and you can only shoot one harpoon at a time. And maybe if you were to take it to a workshop bench, or the weapons workbench, you might be able to mod it up to where it's less slow to reload and everything. But And the perks that I would recommend for this DLC is Aqua Boy, because you see there's a whole bunch of water, and that's mainly what this DLC is around, is nothing but water. And if you get the first perk to Aqua Boy, it takes the radiation damage you receive out, and you don't get radiation whenever you swim or drink from the water. And the second part of the Aqua Boy perk, if you like, you know, get completely. There goes some of the lag right there. I didn't notice if it would have been in my video or not, but back to what I was saying, about the Aqua Boy perk. If you get the rank 2 of it, it will you know, it will take whenever you get submerged underwater, you're undetectable. And sorry for my stuttering and everything, because I'm trying to piece this together. And there goes my dog right there. He's saying hi. But anyways, but later on in the video, I'll be showing, the Children of Adam's lair and everything, and from what it looks like, there's an old submarine, like the pre-war submarine, inside their lair, and it's like all rusted up and everything. And then I was trying to show y'all some of Acadia, where that new synth is, and the settlements of synths and everything. But I was trying to show y'all that, but it started showing up some of the dialogue for the main story, and I don't want to spoil anything for y'all, and show y'all that, and then y'all get mad at me saying, maybe saying that I spoilt something for you. Because I know how I am. I hate getting getting a new game and somebody tells me how the end goes. I've had that happen to me a couple times, and I was so pissed off. But you can see right here that the shooting gets kind of hard because of the lag that goes on, and trying to kill some of these new creatures, it's kind of difficult because of the lag.
Calm down.
And this right here, whenever I was doing this mission, I was actually doing a mission and didn't know it. I was just trying to get gameplay for you guys. And whenever I get done with this, I go talk to the woman, and it shows a little bit of the dialogue that goes on. And this mission is probably about the only thing that I'm doing inside the video that has anything to do with the mission. But this is just one of the side missions. And whenever I get to the Children of Adam's lair, one of the Children of Adam starts talking to me, trying to give me a mission to do, and that's about all of the any type of dialogue that happens throughout the game that will be in this video that you see. And throughout the video, you'll be able to see what I was talking about with the lag. But the map is pretty huge. Like, it reminds me of the Dragonborn DLC in Skyrim from whenever I was, whenever I got that. I love that game. Like, Skyrim's still one of my favorite games of all time. And I don't know. They were saying that this is supposed to be the biggest DLC that Bethesda has ever made for a game. And, Point Lookout, I think that was for, or no, it was a DLC for The Elder Scrolls Oblivion. It was the biggest DLC that they had ever made up until this point. And, what I'm about to show y'all now is it was some of the dialogue that comes from that woman that she gave me that mission to go clear out them ghouls at that place. And then I'll let y'all listen to that, and then I'll be back.
Captain Avery's way, I
I
guess.
wiped out the feral ghouls at the campground.
The hero of our saga returns triumphant. Ha ha! I bet the island didn't see that coming. It's only right you get paid for your troubles. Here's 200 caps for you.
I think I deserve more than that.
I suppose I could part with a little more. Here's another 100 caps. I've been thinking about what's next, and then it came to me. We all love our grandparents, don't we? Kind, gentle, doting, love to spoil you. You'd never want something awful to happen to them. Nobody would. That's why it broke my heart when I lost Grandpa George.
What happened to him?
He had a farm, little ways north of here. Lived a peaceful life, working the land and not causing anyone trouble. The island sent something after him. A huge monster, mean as spit, and with claws to snap steel beams. A fog crawler. Grandpa bravely stood his ground. A shotgun in his hands, holding off that terror while the farmhands fled back here. If you can take out that shellback devil, it'll send a message loud and clear that says the Daltons never forget when they've been wronged.
Where can I find this farm?
Follow the coastline to the north.
That fog crawler's gonna pay. For Grandpa George.
That's the spirit.
Alright, back to what I was saying. I had I had like 10 minutes worth of commentary. I was steadily talking to y'all about, about everything, and then realized my mic was off for the second time in this video. Let's see. I'm trying to remember if something I haven't talked about yet. But let's see. I'm gonna just go over everything that I've talked about. Let's see, the main missions in the game, they're pretty good. And then the armor's great. I wish they'd have put it in the vanilla game. Let's see, the gameplay, the open world of Far Harbor is pretty big, and it's nice and everything. The only thing that I don't like about it is, the lag. And if I, this is my review for Far Harbor, so I'm gonna give everything a rating of what I think, what I think is good, what I think could be improved, and so on. And let's see, the monsters in this game, you got the fog crawlers, the young gulpers, the anglerfish, or the anglers that look like anglerfish that were, you find in the bottom of the sea. Those are all some new creatures. There's one that I think there's a few that I haven't seen yet. And then, you got story missions for the Children of Adam. You can actually, well, I ain't going to tell you. But, you've got it's, its own little story that you can do for the Children of Adam. And, the places that you can go to is, pretty decent, like, the Children of Adam's lair, and then you got Acadia with the Colony of Scents and everything, and I was going to show y'all, I think I've already said this, but I think I was going to show y'all, some of Acadia where the Colony of Scents are, but, it was showing some of the story, details and everything, and I didn't want to spoil anything for y'all, so I didn't, I just cut it down and everything. This is quite a long review and gameplay video for Far Harbor. This is actually my first review video for any kind of DLCs or games or anything, and the trophies are, the trophies for Far Harbor is actually pretty decent. There's not really too many hard ones. I don't believe there's any hard trophies to get in Far Harbor, other than, the DLCs in the vanilla game, like the Benevolent Leader trophy. I don't I don't cuss on any, I try not to cuss in any of my videos, but the Benevolent Leader trophy is quite a pain in my ass. They need to fix, there's quite a few bugs that they need to fix in the game itself, like the happiness for the settlements, and then, the lag for this. Like, back before I played this game, Automatron and the Wasteland Workshop, and even the vanilla game, none of them had any kinds of lag. It would have like a loading lag, every once in a while, but that was seldom. And the lag in Far Harbor, I guess the reason why it's such a big lag in the game, is because it's a huge DLC. Like, the map is just about as big as the actual map of the Commonwealth, and you'll see that I'm having to use the VATS to shoot the animals and everything, because the lag is just hard, makes it hard to kill anything. And I don't know, like, this is an all-around good DLC. Like, I've been waiting for this DLC to come out since they announced the first DLC, or the group of DLCs, period. And I've been waiting for it to come out, and I've had quite a bit of fun going through Far Harbor, and making these, bringing this, all these gameplay videos to put together for you guys for this review. And yeah, like, I couldn't tell you about all the guns, because I've only got the harpoon gun, and I managed to get my hands on a like, it was like a little fish hook or something like that. And then at the end of this video, you'll see that I believe you'll see that I picked up a new helmet too. It's like a crab cage, and it's made into a helmet, kind of like the iBot pod, the iBot helmet in Automatron. And I probably won't be wearing it because it looks ugly, but it's cool that they added that to it too. Any kind of DLC that they add new stuff to use, is always fun to have. Like, new armor, new weapons, and stuff like that. And let's see, if I was to give this give the weapons rating, because I've only used one weapon. I hadn't really, my character's not a melee build, so I couldn't tell you about how good the fish hook or whatever any of that is. I couldn't tell you how, I couldn't rate that for you guys. But the harpoon gun, I'd have to give it probably a 7, because it's it's an all-around good weapon, except all but for the fact that it's a slow reload, and you can only shoot one at a time. They should have made like a bigger holding capacity that you could like shoot, like probably, if not 5, but a little, 2 or 3 at a time. Well, not at a time, but go 2 or 3 harpoons before you have to reload. And this is the fog crawler right here. It kind of looks like a praying mantis, a mutated praying mantis. And I don't know. I really like this DLC and everything. And like I said before, I really wish they'd have made some of the armor in the game about as good as the armor that's in this DLC, because once you finish the game and you got all this good armor, and you just find this good armor, it's really upsetting for real. But now if you just start off a new gameplay, a new character, and you were to go to Far Harbor once you find Nick Valentine and everything, and you just go in to Far Harbor and you find this armor before you even get close to beating the main storyline in the main game, now that'd be something to do, because like I said, the armor is pretty good. Like, I had the best armor in the game that I could have. I had it on, and then I found this armor, and all of it was stronger and had more hit resistance and everything like that. And it was more powerful than the strongest armor that I had on. And let's see. And I hadn't really got too far into the story or anything like that. You know, to tell you guys if you know the story is you know great or not. But so far it's pretty good. And for this to be a $25 you know DLC, you know it's quite a lot of money for a DLC, but you're getting your money's worth for it. You know, considering how big the map is, you know the factions that you can join and everything, and you know you get a new companion, you get new weapons, new armor, and all that, and it's just you know a all around good DLC. And here I'm going back to that woman that gave me the mission to go and kill the fog crawler, and I'll let y'all listen to that. And I'll be back afterwards.
You're from the Commonwealth, right? You give that fog crawler what for. Courtesy of the Daltons.
Grandpa George can rest in peace. The fog crawler is dead.
You ask anyone in Far Harbor, they'll tell you Grandpa George was everybody's favorite.
Grandpa George can rest in peace. The fog crawler is dead.
Poor old Grandpa George. Torn apart by a fog crawler. The island hasn't got a shred of decency.
Grandpa George can rest in peace. The fog crawler is dead.
Wonderful. That's another chapter successfully concluded. You truly are the heroic avenger I hoped you were. With that fog crawler gone, we can send some folks up there to get the place ready for you. That's right. The farm is yours. Your own little piece of the island. It'll take work to get it up and running again, but you'll have help. And here's another 200 caps in gratitude for your service to the great Dalton lineage.
Surely. Heroic Avenger deserves more than 200 caps.
I can agree with that. Here's another 100 caps. Now, I don't have to tell you that the bonds of blood and family are strong. As strong as any person can know. But if you ask me, the strongest among them is the bond that exists between two married people. That's why the last part of this tale is the hardest one for me to tell.
You were married. What happened?
My late husband, Daniel, was the best fisherman this island ever saw. He and his crew had a favorite fishing spot out by Brooks Head Lighthouse. One day, a day I'll never forget. I see Danny's boat pulling up with his crewmen all shouting and carrying on. Turns out some trappers moved into the lighthouse. No doubt because the island told them to. They're all crazier than a bag of mole rats. Their leader was having a little target practice. Shot Danny right between the eyes. Killed him, just like that. You go and get that son of a bitch. You make him pay for doing the island's bidding.
How do I get to the Brooks Head Lighthouse?
It's southwest of town, not far from the quarry.
I'll make that trapper pay.
All right then. Remember, trappers may be half crazy from the fog, but they still know how to use a gun.
Alright, and that'll be the last bit of dialogue that I show in this. And Well, I just passed that crab that was, or the mirelurk that was in that pot. I'm not sure if it'll, I end up showing you guys. I know that I had it on video. I'm not sure if that ended up trimming down because of some of the spoilers that I had to cut out of the game. But you know,
Stranger, you need odds,
I don't
ends,
know if
junk, and
there,
knickknacks, you
what
can
all I
find
haven't
my
talked
place.
about, because since this is a
Must remember
very
when I
long
set you up.
video, this is my longest video that I'm gonna be putting on YouTube. So, and and again, I'm sorry if like, my stuttering and everything is, driving you crazy or whatever. But this is my first review and gameplay all in one. So, I hope y'all enjoy the video and everything. And if y'all have any questions, please, feel free to leave a comment down in the, comment section of the video. And, if y'all also like,
Front?
all this, and if y'all want to see more gameplay of Far Harbor or just,
Document
Fallout in general, just
probation.
please leave a like and subscribe. And I'll let y'all just, watch the rest of the, gameplay and everything, and, finish the video like that, and let y'all just see, you know, if y'all like it or not. And I hope, and again, I hope that, this video determines for you whether or not you want to buy the DLC or not, and you know, just see if you like it and everything. But I'm going to be going to the Children of Adam's lair, and then I'll be going to Acadia for like a split second, and then it'll go into another video, and then that'll be the end of this review. But all in all, I would have to give this game, or this DLC, probably a 9 out of 10. All because of the lag, and because the lag is horrible, and it just, it makes you not for real even, want to continue, because, for a while it gets bad, but then it just, it slowly dies down in the lag. I'm not sure why it does that, but, it'll just lag for so long, then it'll stop, I guess, because you're not moving as much, or I don't know. But I give it a 9 out of 10 for that reason. That's like my only con in this DLC. The armor that I've gotten so far is, pretty nice. The harpoon gun is pretty good, and I'm hoping to get more weapons and stuff. And then I'll, give y'all some more feedback on the weapons and everything. But yeah, all in all, I would have to give this DLC a 9. And I hope y'all enjoy the rest of the video. And please, if y'all enjoy the video, please leave a like, comment, and even subscribe if y'all be so generous. It'll mean a lot to me if y'all do. And just enjoy the rest of the video. This is the Children of Adam's lair, and then, like I said, it's going to go into the Acadia for like a split second, because I had to trim it down because of, the spoilers and everything. But if y'all enjoy this video, please leave a like, and I appreciate it. See you guys later. Well, sorry about that, guys. I can only make 30 minutes to a video, and I had up to, I believe, 32 minutes, and I had to cut out the rest of the view of Acadia and everything else, and all the sightings out beside Acadia. So enjoy the rest of the video.
Ready to serve.
I'm gonna show you a little bit more of the Children of Adam and everything. But after that, that'll be the end of the video. Thank you, guys. See you later.
Professor ordered Zealot Field to track her down, but the heretic eluded her. Now Gwyneth has begun profaning our holy sites with her mad ravings, openly flouting the word of Adam. The High Confessor wants her found and executed.
Why have me do this? You have other zealots who probably know the area better.
Consider it a test. Prove your dedication to the family.
I'll find her, Grand Zealot.
Good. Speak to Zealot Field. She should be able to point you towards Gwyneth's trail. Bring Adam's judgment to the heretic. Now go.
Don't get too comfortable. The island's not a safe place. Need to stay on your toes.